Happy 4th of July, and in NASCAR 15, we are going to celebrate with the America Special. We got Snoop Doji Doge out in front, Old McDowell had a farm, and we've got Michael Annette the Threat out in front in the Firecracker 400 here under the lights at Daytona, under the green flag, and we're racing, trying to go from the back to the front in a 43 car field. This crazy plate racing in NASCAR 15. What's going to happen over these 32 laps? Well, you're about to find out, as well as me, as we get up to speed here through turns 1 and 2. Got to make sure I don't lose the draft here. I'm a little bit concerned that the field is beginning to come by me, so we need to get in here behind Old McDowell, had a farm, and see if we can get a run down the back straightaway. Now, they will slow each other up in turn 3, but once I get to turn 3, I've got to try to make up as many positions as possible, get back in the line, and maintain the draft. So here we go, into turn 3. The slowdown is in effect, kind of, but we managed to hang on to the draft, so no harm, no foul right now, though. A few of the back markers will fall off the back of the pack, as usually kind of happens in these NASCAR 15 plate races. Usually it's not a 43-car pack, though it's certainly possible that could change today. We'll have to see how it all goes as we're heading down into turn 1, and the top lane is really slowing themselves up as we head into turn 1, getting a huge draft off of Chase Elliott right now. Going to be sending it in behind him. Kyle Busch in the old sucker hole. The old sucker hole got down Kyle Busch. And we'll pass Kyle Busch as well as Casey Mears, who is the driver of the 13 car in this game. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are simply not the case in NASCAR anymore, and one of those things in NASCAR games is that you can't really rub on guys in the corners, otherwise you will spin people out in this game. It's very much easier to spin the AI out than it is in NASCAR Heat 2. There's a lot of things different than in NASCAR Heat 2, namely that you can look behind you as well. It's definitely an adjustment to go from NASCAR Heat 2 to this game, but, you know, people like to watch NASCAR 15, particularly these plate races with the real-life Firecracker 400, aka the Coke Zero Sugar 400 or some stupid race name like that. Coming up, this is the best opportunity to do it. So, in behind Danica Patrick. Remember when she raced in NASCAR? In fact, this game's come back into vogue because Danica, in her last 2 races, ran with GoDaddy sponsorship. She's in a GoDaddy car here. And we're up in the top, almost in the top 35, but look at the plate racing. This is the signature of NASCAR 15, this crazy, crazy plate racing. As we're going to get a big bump draft on Chase Elliott there, going to make it 3 wide into the tri-oval. Usually you can run 4 and 5 wide in this game once everybody starts really packing up here, which is going to happen. Doesn't look like, well, there's 1 car off the draft right now. Whoa, Danica. Whoa, Danica. Whoa, Danica. Almost had some trouble right there. A few cars coming together there. I think it was Danica, me, and Kyle Busch. Thankfully, everybody managed to not crash there as AJ Humdinger running around the outside. The top lane slow again, so we'll sneak underneath and dive in behind Chase Elliott. They're 3 wide, about 5 or 6 rows deep in front of me. And there we go. The NASCAR 15 plate racing really starts to kick off as we're going to go all the way down to the inside of Chase Elliott. Got to be careful, though. The yellow line rule is in effect in this game. Not so much in the more recent NASCAR games for whatever reason. And diving up the inside of Stenhouse. Diving up the inside of Vickers. 3 wide on the inside, and look at this pack in front of me. Good grief. Good grief. They are 4 wide, 2 rows deep behind the leaders. Unbelievable right now. We're going to get in behind our old buddy Regan Smith. He's all by himself on the bottom here, but he's going to have some help from me. 201 miles an hour down into turn 3. They're 4 wide. 4 wide all the way through the pack. Woo! Unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this run on the inside that we managed to get. We're going to shove Regan Smith to the front, possibly. Look at all these cars clustered together as Smith, 3 wide on the inside of Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth. Numa to the outside. They're 4 wide behind, and now we're going to sneak 3 wide, send one up the inside of Regan Smith. Somehow not getting a penalty for that. That probably should have been one. Just touching the yellow line right there. And Kenseth and Edwards and them cheating Toyotas up top. Here comes Smith. We'll block into the outside. Oh, that was a risky block on Harvick there. Got to try to get some momentum built up. I think if Blaney sneaks down in front of me, which he does, we're going to get some more, or get some momentum built up. The three at the front right now playing nice with each other and able to get a bit of a lead. 202, 203, 204. Going to see some big speeds right here as I dive to the inside, take the lead across the line. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So already from the back to the front. And now the Pied Piper game begins. We get to start blocking everybody. Look at that pack behind still very much. Going to be trying to get around me. As right now it's pretty spread out. As Jimmy the Juggernaut looking all over the back of my Murica 4th of July patriotic paint scheme. He hasn't been able to get around just yet. Well, maybe if I leave the bottom open for him, he will, or if I dive underneath the friggin' apron. But right now, I'm hanging on to it. Johnson, woo! Everybody starting to look a little squirrely behind.
We can do this all day.
Yes, we could, Spotter. Yes, we could. As Blaney's diving to the inside. Generally speaking, you want to block the inside lane. It's the best lane, and the one that usually garners the most momentum. But we'll wait and see as Blaney trying to get going. Tandeming is a thing in this game, so you have to be careful of that as we're kind of blocking two lanes at once. Woo-hoo-hoo! That was a late move. A late move on Blaney. Trevor Bayne up here in the fight. And the pack really, really forming up once again through turns 3 and 4. The Bayne train getting blocked by me. Block him again. And also block Ryan Blaney right now. Pit stops will probably start occurring here in just a little bit. It's probably a 2-stop race, depending on the amount of yellows in the race, though. That's always a key. So we're holding the lead down. Blaney trying to get around. The pack still.
He's still on you.
A very angry horde behind me. I really held Blaney right there. Now here comes David Reagan in the 3 chicken tenders car trying to get a move done. Oh, he thought about it. Oh boy, we're starting to get overwhelmed here. Uh-oh, bad block, bad block, bad block, bad block. I saved it. Did everybody save it? Everybody saved it for now. Oh no. Oh.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
I spoke too soon. That's what I get for mirror driving. There's a big wreck behind, which I caused, and then I caused another one, which you can't. Wow. That was, I mean, that was the entire field right there. Alright, pit stop to repair the damage. It was actually pretty bad at the front, so this was a necessary stop for service and repairs. But we shouldn't lose too much time here. We should be able to get back out into the fight and be able to compete for the win still. So we're restarting in the 36th position. A few cars did stay out under that yellow, so we'll be seeing some pit stops. But if there's another yellow, who knows what could happen. We're already a third of the way through this race with 11 laps complete as we go back to racing at Daytona, and we're going to see what this next segment of the race is going to hold for us. We're trying to get up to speed here. Gordon kind of keeping that bottom lane unavailable for me right now. But we'll see what happens as we get to turn 1. Up into 4th gear. Looks like a little bit of a slowdown in the bottom lane, which is kind of interesting. That's usually not what happens, as Carl Edwards will fill the gap down there. Oh, the top lane is kind of running into each other just a little bit. Gordon and Edwards move up. And now Eric Almirola with the power of Smithfield is going to give me a little bit of help down the back straightaway. We're going to dump him for Vickers with help from Michael Annette the Threat. Whoop. Slow down in that lane. Look at this. 2x2x2. 200-mile-an-hour pace lap once again. And the 3-wide action is happening once again. And the cycle continues. So let's see if we can move up through the field as fast as I did the last time. I think I may be able to as Cole Witt makes a move down to the inside. In fact, Jimmy Johnson's passing through the middle, trying to help Jeff Gordon as well through there. Didn't quite happen. We're going to shove Cole Witt into turn 1 right here. Try not to spin him out. Somehow I didn't do that, or didn't spin him out. And now Jimmy the Juggernaut right in the middle, and he's in trouble, but J.J. Elley's going to move down and help him out. So if they got 4 wide, I could do that move I did with the help of Regan Smith the last time, but right now it's 3x3x3, which is much more sane. Much more sane. 20 to go.
Got a car closing on your outside.
Uh-oh.
Right on you.
And everybody saved it, it appears. A couple of cars fell off the back of the field with that. I kind of dropped below the apron, and that was a stupid idea.
Keep it low. Keep it
And
low.
now we got some 4 wide. Now we're 4 wide. Oh, no, we're not.
That's a black
Uh-oh.
flag penalty if you don't give that spot
Woo!
back.
Boy,
No
that
pass
could have
below
been
the
way
yellow.
worse than it
Yellow flag. Yellow,
otherwise
yellow, yellow.
was. Look at this. So I tried to make that 4 wide move. Oh, that was my fault. I came right up into Cole Witt. I'll take the blame for that one. All right, some cars came into the pits under that yellow. You can see behind me Waltrip Busch and many others. We're restarting like 34th or something.
This is it, buddy. Almost
So
at
we
the
got
green.
Logano in front, as well as Yaley. To the outside is
We gotta go to
Casey
work now. We gotta go to
Kane.
work.
And we're underway once again at Daytona. And they're trying to go
Looking
3
really
wide
good,
already behind me. Is that me driving that car back there? That looks like a move that I would do. AJ Humdinger
back.
leads the race right now, as we're pretty much,
first, 2
well,
seconds
next
ahead.
lap, we're going to be halfway through the race.
R1 back.
And already getting 3 wide at the front. I think it's Allgaier going for the lead, and indeed it is, according to the
Stay on the
scoreboard.
bottom.
So Allgaier into the lead as Kyle Busch is helping me behind Joey Logano. Down the back straightaway, getting a huge tow behind Logano. Everybody forming up. It looks like the bottom lane again is going to be the preferred one, because look how many positions I'm able to make up just on the back straightaway with drafting just alone. And then we head off into turn 3. Whoa, had to back out of it to not run over Logano, because Chase Elliott moved down, and I moved up into
Car outside you.
Bobby Labonte and almost caused
Car
trouble.
right behind you.
Logano moves up a lane. We'll sneak in behind Chase Elliott, who seems to be going to the front right now. Well,
Oh,
Jimmy
you
the
got it.
Juggernaut's going faster right now, so we'll go to the
Stay
middle
there, you're
lane
good.
for a little while. And now Chase vacates the inside lane, so I'll come back down there. Now we're 3 wide once again. As if we haven't seen enough of this today. As I get a big run on Cousin Carl. All by my lonesome down here. 4 wide again. Gotta send it on 4th of July weekend. Woo.
Stay low.
Uh-oh. There they go.
Slow down. Caution's out.
I saved it. I saved it. But Danica Patrick did not save it. After I got on the apron, hit her, she got into Dale and Tony Stewart and created the biggest headline crash of the 21st century. So we had gotten all the way up to 13th before that caution, and now we're up to 8th with lots of the field behind me.
Coming to the
So I'm
green,
feeling
buddy.
good about
Coming
that.
to the
Here we
green.
go. Back to racing. 18
Clear,
laps
second
complete,
ahead.
over halfway done.
R1 back.
And now we're going to kind of get into the
Man, you're making it
portion of
look
the
easy
race where
from
we're going to
here.
find out who's going to win it. Who's got a shot at winning it.
Go draft behind you.
We're going to dive down the inside of Edwards. Regan Smith still down there.
Watch your mirrors,
Oh,
coming
yes,
up
thank
fast.
you, Jimmy. Jimmy got him behind me, gave just a little bit, I mean the tiniest amount of aerodynamic
Okay,
help right
behind
there
you.
to get me around Regan Smith. Now they're 3
car
by
behind.
3 out in front, a
behind you.
6-pack of stock cars. So get a big run down the back straightaway. 4 wide again. I have not learned my lesson. Of
Looks
course I
really
haven't.
good right here.
And that actually
Keep it low.
paid
Keep it
off. Maybe as I got a little bit into Casey Mears, but it's
low.
okay.
Car high.
We're all right. And T-Bane with Ryan Blaney. And I'm going to give Blaney a shove. We're going to get Blaney to the front. Why not?
Car tucked in
try
behind
to.
you. He's still on you.
Ironically, this would be unrealistic in
right behind
2015 when this game was made, but not unrealistic now, as Regan Smith is repaying a favor and getting me to the
Car in
front.
line with you.
As Cole Witt's up here.
It's all
Cole
clear,
Witt,
bud.
we've determined in the past, is the best plate racer in this game. So no surprise that he's up here. And the pack really is staying together, but they're not quite as formed up as they have
On
been
your
in the
bumper.
past. Believe me, they're going to get to that point.
Car
Look at
2 back.
Regan Smith going to make
Car
that
approaching
pass on the
high.
outside with tandem help
He's coming on the outside.
from Mr. Ryan Truex Jr.
Car right behind you.
Now we're going to be on the bottom here. Going to be looking
down.
at 12 laps to
Going
go
outside.
as we cross the line this time. Truex making a bid for the lead. In fact, that top lane has found a ton of momentum.
Looking outside.
And we get a big run off of Truex, though, as he dives to the inside.
On your bumper.
So let's see if we can make that pass down into turn number 1. 4 wide. 4 wide for the lead.
You can do
Oh,
it.
man,
Stay
Regan
toes.
Smith got boxed out there. And Cole
it
Witt's
right there,
going to make
buddy.
that move because I could not make it stick on the bottom. I made too big of a send into turn 1. And that allowed Kevin Harvick and Cole Witt and Casey Mears and Joey Logano to all get to the bottom of me. So I'm going to need to rely on Stenhouse to help me out here as I give Harvick a bump draft and 4 wide for the lead again. Holy smokes. Mears to the front. 4 wide behind me. Logano and Humdinger down the inside. Kyle Busch coming by.
That's it, man. Set him up.
Ooh, we're boxing Kyle Busch out. He comes back at me. Oh, big wreck. And we're out of the race. Oh. Well, the firecrackers went off, that's for sure. But it's a DNF for me. Oh, no. So just call me Kyle Larson because I got wrecked by Kyle Busch. Let's go up to the top of the charts and see who managed to win this one. Thankfully, Kyle didn't win. Oh, it's Dale Jr. Dale Jr. won over Jeff Gordon, and all the rednecks are happy. But let's take a quick look at the finish of this race with all those 4 wide passes. It actually started right about here as I was making my move down to the inside of Casey Mears right there. We went 4 wide for just a second as Denny Hamlin got boxed out, and then we were down the main straightaway here as Trevor Bayne led, and then we had some more 3 wide action through the pack. I was looking for it with Blaney. I thought I was going to get the lead right here, and then we had Cole Witt make that move down to the inside, as well as Truex and all these guys. Well, we have the lead here, which was nice, and then we managed to lose it, I think, down the back straightaway because of that big push by Truex on Regan Smith. As I was busy blocking Cole Witt to the outside, they were forming up a big old line as around they go. And then the field starts to form up, and this is where things got a bit hairy for me. This was trying to block Cole Witt, and you can see the field forming up just out in front. And this is the point where I'm thinking, oh boy, because Cole Witt was all over me. We went 4 wide for the lead, down the inside. I actually made the position, but I caught the apron just a little bit, and that allowed Cole Witt down to the inside with help from Harvick and Mears and all those guys. And then Cole Witt moved up the track. I couldn't block him, or couldn't pass him to the outside. Then I tried to dive up the inside. Casey Mears dove out of the way. Then we went 4 wide again. 4 wide into turn 3, and this is where things got even more hairy as Logano and Mears got around with help from A.J. Allmendinger, and there's Kyle Busch. And here comes the fatal mistake. I got down into Kyle Busch. He came back up the track in a retaliatory nature. Then I got turned into the wall by Martin Truex Jr., and that ended my race. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Be sure to leave a like for NASCAR 15 plate racing, NASCAR content, and motorsports content. And have a happy 4th of July. Let me know down in the comments what your 4th of July plans are. My plans are driving out to Indianapolis to go race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the USAC battle at the Brickyard. Be sure to check out that vlog that is coming very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.